Hi, Miss Connors. I'm Amy. I'm a dietetic intern. How are you today?
I'm fine, got a lot of stuff going on, but I'm here, so I'm good. How are you?
Did you get, I'm good. Did you get here okay?
Yeah, I got here fine. I only live about 15 minutes away, so
Oh,
um,
that's good.
yeah, it wasn't that hard.
So since today's our first session, I just wanted to take some time to kind of get to know you and get to know, a little bit about why you're here and some of your goals and what you kind of hope to get out of this session. How does that sound?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I didn't really, really want to come in because I don't know. I just don't really think that you can do much to help me out here. I've basically been just struggling with my weight, all my life. I've tried so many other things in the past and none of them work. And at this point, I just feel like it's kind of like a lost cause. I don't really see any kind of, no offense to you, but I just don't really think that, you can help me because I've just done so many other things in the past. And I just don't think anything's ever really worked. And, I don't know. I didn't really like want to come in, but um, when you called me to kind of schedule an appointment, I just felt like I should and like kind of like I had to. Just I don't know. So
Yeah, so you're feeling kind of obligated to come today, and since you've tried so many things in the past and they haven't really worked out, you're feeling kind of hopeless and out of control.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, it's been frustrating all my life. I've just been a bigger girl, so it's like and it's just annoying. Weight doesn't come off easily. Like I know that, but you know, I've tried so many things. So
I can imagine it would be really frustrating to have tried so many things and haven't really felt like anything has been successful. You haven't really found something that has worked for you yet.
yeah.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the things you tried in the past?
Sure. I mean, a couple years ago, my husband and I we bought a gym membership to Planet Fitness just down the street, and we would go together. Um, we only we did like one of those trial run things, so it was just like I think we just had a free month trial, and in that month I didn't see anything come off. I would go on the treadmill. I would do weightlifting. I would do I talked with the personal trainer there and he tried to help me out with some things, but I literally, if anything, I saw maybe like 2 pounds, but that wasn't enough for me. And it was also just really frustrating. So the whole gym thing, it was time consuming and I didn't really like to go unless my husband went. So if my husband, didn't want to go, I just wouldn't go. And, you know, aside from the gym, I've done the whole, Weight Watchers, I've done the Nutrisystem, I've done keto diet, I've done all these different things that I read online, saying, oh, you'll lose, 15 pounds in 2 weeks and this, and this. And, I just don't see the results. Like I said, maybe it's a slight weight loss, just not nearly kind of as fast and like as efficient as I would hope it to be. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much what I've tried. I've tried some supplements. I read again online. It's like these weird little supplements that you take, and they have like fish oil and stuff in them, I guess. And it's supposed to make you feel full, and it makes you want to, not eat as much. But again, I didn't really. There was no weight loss really. Um, any weight loss that I experienced, I just kind of gained it back. So, yeah.
So, with the gym and the diets, you were feeling just kind of like you weren't getting the results in the time that you wanted, that you expected.
Yeah, I read all these things online, healthy diet and weight and exercise and stuff are good for you and you're supposed to see, weight loss obviously. And like I said, I would see some slight weight loss, but wasn't really consistent. It wasn't, it wasn't like I couldn't really maintain it. I just gained it all back. And yeah, I just kind of have at this point I'm just kind of over it. I guess I just have to accept, I think, that I'm just going to be a bigger woman for forever.
So, you're feeling just kind of defeated and like you've tried everything and nothing worked. So, you're feeling like there isn't really a lot of hope left out there.
Yeah, yeah, really. I mean, I've never met with a dietitian before. That's also kind of why I felt maybe I should just try to come in and see if there's anything that you could tell me or anything, maybe if I'm doing something wrong. but I feel like I'm doing everything right, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, so why do you feel like maybe the diets haven't been successful in the past?
You know, I'll do them for, you know, a week or two, and then like I said, you know, I don't see as much weight as I want to see dropping. um, you know, I don't really find that they're difficult diets to follow, and I just they, you know, the weight, like I said, just would slowly come off, and then I just kind of would get frustrated because you know, I still see in the mirror, you know, that I am still bigger, and it just it just is discouraging, and I just kind of fall off the routine that I kind of made for myself.
Yeah, so even if you are seeing a little bit of progress, you would just like to see more, so you kind of get discouraged and kind of stop, is what I'm hearing?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then, you know, it takes me so long to have any kind of desire to try another diet because, you know, these these Nutrisystem and the Weight Watchers and all these are expensive. You know, they're expensive programs, and they cost me money, and obviously it takes time to plan and stuff. And if I'm putting all this effort in and I just am not seeing the results that I want, then I just would rather not put the effort in.
Yeah, I can see how that would be really frustrating since you're putting so much time and energy into trying all these diets and then they don't work how you want them to, and you just feel like you wasted a lot of energy and time and money.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so you mentioned that you were working out with your husband for a little while and you went to Planet Fitness,
Hmm.
and you did say you were noticing a little bit of weight loss.
Yeah, you know, it was slight. The Like I said, the personal trainer, he kind of helped me out a little bit, but we only did the month free trial thing, so um, because we didn't see anything. I know my husband has an easier time losing weight. I don't know if just because he's a guy and he just everything's easier for a guy in general. So I don't know if that was just because of that, but you know, I didn't see the weight loss, and I just figured, why would I spend the money to come if I just am not getting what I want?
So you're frustrated that, you're seeing your husband lose weight and it was a little bit harder for you and that was making you kind of feel like it was not in your control.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I know weight loss is totally different for everybody, but I just feel like I've had no positive, you know, experiences with it.
Yeah, so since you haven't really had a good positive experience, it's I'm sure it was difficult for you to come today. So I'm happy that you came and you got to come to this session.
Well, thank you for calling me and kind of dragging me in here. I mean, I'm hoping that you can kind of help me. I'm kind of hoping that I can get something from this, but again, like, I don't know.
Yeah, so what exactly do you want to get out of this session and, meeting with me in general?
I mean, I guess I just kind of, I don't know. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I don't understand why I feel like I'm doing it right. I feel like I have done my own research, you know, but I mean, you have an education in all this stuff, so that, you know, this is your profession. I know you said you're an intern, so you're kind of, you know, you're steering towards that and stuff like that. But um, I don't know. I guess I just want some advice, you know, maybe what I'm doing wrong. I don't know. I really don't even know.
Yeah, so why don't we just talk a little bit about, kind of what you're doing currently and what some of your routines are and what you're currently eating. So we can start with just talking about what your typical diet looks like and what are some of the foods you usually eat.
Sure. Well, me and my husband have a young son. He's 10. So we pretty much just kind of, he's in school. I'm a nurse, so I go in pretty much 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Um, I, you know, my husband, he is a construction worker, so he's always kind of, his hours are always kind of wonky. Which again, that was kind of why he, you know, if he didn't go to the gym because he couldn't make it or he just was tired from work, then I wouldn't want to go. And you know, I guess we wake up, get ready for work, get our kid ready for work or for school, and you know, go about our days. Come home, I cook dinner, and then, you know, we just go to bed and kind of do it all over again.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about, some of the foods you usually eat. We can do just tell me from yesterday, when you woke up to when you went to sleep, everything that you ate,
Sure.
and then that'll just give me a better idea of some of your usual habits.
Okay. So for breakfast, I'll have a bagel with like cream cheese. Maybe I like to cut up some fruit and make like a small fruit salad throughout the week that I just kind of scoop out of the bowl and just kind of, pick on that a little bit. So I'll have a bagel with cream cheese. Then, coffee or tea I like. And then I typically pack myself lunch. I'll either get leftovers from the night before. Yesterday I had leftover baked ziti that I made. There's meat, the ziti pasta sauce, obviously, cheese, all that good stuff. So I had that for lunch. And typically I'll just have I have a big Nalgene. I think there's like 36 or 34, 32 something ounces in it. And I'll just drink that throughout the day. I typically just drink one, but if I'm thirsty, I'll fill it up at work. And then when I come home, I cook dinner, like I said. Last night I made tacos with ground beef. I like to put tomatoes and lettuce and cheese and stuff. And then we just had the regular like tortillas, medium size, like soft shell tortillas. A little bit of salsa on the side with some chips and tortilla chips that we had on the side. Guacamole and stuff. And then I think for dessert, I'm trying to think, did I have anything? Oh yeah, me and my husband shared a bag of popcorn last night for dessert while we watched a movie with our son. So I guess that's what I had yesterday. But
Yeah, well, that all sounds delicious. It sounds like you enjoy to cook.
I do, I don't mind it. It's fun, it's kind of therapeutic. So
Yeah, that's good. That's definitely a good skill to have and to use. And it does seem like you're eating fruits and vegetables, so that's good.
Yeah, I like them. I like to cook them, saute them a little bit. So I like those too. Yeah.
Yeah. And you said that you haven't had any previous nutrition education, or you've never met with anyone, right?
No, I've never met with any dietitian or nutritionist. I just kind of look online for things.
Okay. And you usually just look on Google and
Yeah, just regular Google. WebMD has some stuff that I read, and I don't really know if they're good or true, but I don't know.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some more credible resources that I can provide you with a list at the end of our session. Just some websites that where the research is just a lot better, and I'm not saying that not that everything on the internet is wrong, but you aren't really ever sure. So I can give you some. I'd certainly like to look everything up too, so I completely understand, but maybe I can just help you out with some resources that may be more credible. So when you do want to look something up, about a supplement, I know you mentioned previously that you take supplements, just kind of see what the evidence says.
Okay.
And how about your current physical activity? I know you said you're a nurse and you work quite a few days, so I'm sure you're pretty busy, but are you getting in any physical activity throughout the week?
Aside from just walking around at work, I take my son. He plays rec league football, so I'll just take him to practice. But other than that, I just watch. I don't really do anything. So yeah, just
Yeah,
the
I
walking
mean,
around at work. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're on your feet all day at work as a nurse. I'm sure that can be
Oh,
tiring.
yeah.
Well, that's still physical activity. And you mentioned you were going to the gym for a little while.
Yeah, just like about a month. I mean, it wasn't like every day. We went maybe 3 days consistently out of the week. We would go for like an hour and a half, depending on how much stuff my husband wanted to do. And it took me a little bit to even just get used to the equipment and stuff and how it worked. And that's why I talked to the trainer. He was
Yes.
pretty nice and helpful.
Sorry, broken up. Yeah, so being new to the gym and you were kind of maybe felt a little bit uncomfortable, so going with your husband made you feel better, and then when he couldn't go, you didn't really want to go by yourself because you weren't really comfortable with all the machines and everything.
Yeah, and like even my husband would help me with and like how they worked, and my husband he's in pretty good shape. He's always been pretty active and stuff, so he's pretty familiar with how machines work and my form and stuff. So he was helping me with that too.
Yeah, that's good. And then you mentioned that the trainer was helping you too, so that's good that you got some feedback. But then, like you said, he kind of got busy and you had that free trial, so you kind of stopped going.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, have you tried any other type of exercises or physical activity?
I purchased like those little silly workout videos that you do in your home. And I don't even know what the name of it was, but um, those were interesting. I didn't, again, like they wanted me to purchase, free weights and resistance bands. And it was just like a big kind of commitment that I did some of the videos and I did some of those when I would wake up in the morning and I do those. But before I started my day, but you know, again, it was just same thing as a gym. I would just not see much, and it would just kind of, why am I waking up early? I'm tired. I want to sleep in. Why would I work out and not get to do that? So yeah, I just kind of fell off of that too, I guess.
Yeah, so you just haven't really found something that has worked for you yet as far as exercise.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so with as far as, exercise, it does seem like you've tried quite a few things, and are you open to, exploring other options?
I mean, I guess I would be, but I don't even know at this point if there are any other options. I do the exercise, I do the eating right. I try the dietary kind of supplements type of stuff, and I don't know. I don't really know what else there could be.
Yeah, are you currently taking any supplements?
I just take like a fiber supplement and like a woman's multivitamin, but that's really all I do.
Okay. And you mentioned, you feel like you're eating right. Have you ever tried, kind of recording what you're eating or tracking it in any way?
No, not really. I mean, what does that really mean? Like, would I just write down, like how you just asked me about my 24-hour recall? Would I just write down what I ate like that, or would I have to go in detail with like the calories and stuff like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, nowadays with technology, there's apps on your phone that you can get where you pretty much just you type in what you're eating and it'll tell you for the day, everything about what you're eating. Some people really enjoy doing that just because it kind of keeps them accountable. And I know you said, with the gym, having your husband there and going with someone kind of kept you accountable. So I thought maybe it would be, a good idea to bring up just in case thought it would be beneficial to you to just kind of be able to analyze everything that you're eating or just kind of get a good idea.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I never really actually tried any of those kind of apps like that. I mean, this day and age with technology, I suppose that it's pretty easy to do. Okay, that's, I guess, pretty interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just an idea. So, just an experiment maybe you could try before next time and just see how it goes. Sometimes people find that, when they actually analyze and or have the app analyze it for them and just kind of plug things in, or even just, the act of writing what you're eating down on a piece of paper sometimes can help kind of keep people accountable for what they're eating versus what they kind of think they're eating and comparing it to the portion sizes and whatnot.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, so that's just one option of something you can try. And um, as far as exercise, I know that you said you tried the gym and you tried the exercise videos, but um, and you said you did it all at once and then you weren't really seeing results, so you fell off. But you did mention that you lost a few pounds when you were exercising. Do you feel like it was the exercising that caused you to lose that weight?
Yeah, I think that I didn't really change much of my diet when I did that, when I did work out. And so I guess it was probably just the exercise. My husband tried to tell me that it was because I was like gaining like muscle mass and stuff, which is why I wasn't, losing as much weight because I don't know what even he was talking about, but didn't make any sense to me. I don't know, it just seemed like he was trying to make it yeah, I didn't really change my diet when I was at the gym. So I guess it was the exercise.
Yeah, I mean, that definitely makes sense though. If you, like you said, if you were lifting weights or doing some resistance training, then you would be building muscle, and muscle does weigh more than fat. So sometimes as your body composition changes, looking at the scale isn't always necessarily the best predictor of your progress in that situation, if that makes
Mhm.
sense. Kind of sometimes it's better to just go by how your clothes are fitting and how you're feeling. How do you think that, the exercising was helping you feel, even though I know you said that you were kind of discouraged that you weren't losing weight?
Yeah, I mean, after I would work out, we would work out after we got home, and it was typically, when I would drop my son off at his football practice, I would we would drop him off, and then we would just go to the gym while he was there doing that. And so I felt like, it felt good. I felt like I was being productive with myself, and I was obviously making healthy choices. So it made me feel good to know that I was doing things to benefit my health. um, However, just, got discouraging, just like you've been saying. And I just kind of felt like I was doing something wrong, and, just whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you said you lost a few pounds and you were only going for a month, and I know that, based on the internet and based on some of the things you may read, it seems like that's, not may not be significant, because there are programs out there promising that you're going to lose, 30 pounds in a week, which is obviously very intriguing and stuff like that. But um, just for a reference, a regular steady weight loss, a normal weight loss is about 1 pound a week. So it does seem like you were making progress, even though it may not have been as fast as you or efficient as you wanted it to. But you definitely were still making progress in the right direction. So don't discount that. I think you're doing really well, and I think that you're obviously have been discouraged, but how important would you say that it is to you to keep trying? And
I guess it's pretty important. I'm pretty, I'm 45, but I like to think that I'm a younger mom. And I don't know, it would definitely be, you know, good if I could see some progress. I know maybe I was just getting too discouraged too quickly, and I just kind of gave up on myself when it came to all these different, methods that I tried. Um, but yeah, I would say it's like important. I would say it's important. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you just haven't really found something that's worked for you yet. And you know you don't have to look at it as that you quit, or that you just couldn't do it. But everyone's different, and everyone enjoys doing things their own way at their own pace. So maybe we can just brainstorm some new ideas that you can try, and maybe experiment some other things, and then we can come up with a plan that maybe works for you.
Okay. I mean, I think I'd be open to that. I mean, I've tried a million things before, so what's a million and one things, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good attitude. That's a good attitude. I mean, you have tried so many things, and you even said even some of those diets, you may even mention that you didn't even feel like they were that hard. You just weren't really seeing that much progress. And it's also important. I know that you said other people lose weight faster. I just want just because you're not losing weight at the same rate as other people necessarily doesn't mean that you're not gonna lose weight ever. It might just be a little bit different for you, or you might have to just do things a little bit of a different way than somebody else. Some people who work out and they lift weights and they do some things, that works for them, but everyone's body's different. So maybe we just have to try a few more things and find what works for you.
Okay. All right. You seem like a smart girl, so yeah. All right.
Thank you. So based off of, things you've tried in the past, is there anything that you want to know more about, or do you have any questions?
Yeah, I mean, I guess you said like a healthy weight loss is like 1 pound a week. I just don't, do I combine exercise and eating right, did my diet sound like I was eating bad? I don't know. I don't think I necessarily eat bad. I like to eat, I like to cook, like I said. I don't know. I just don't really know, like I said, I just don't know what I was doing wrong. I guess maybe just run through
Yeah.
your own recommended kind of what you would suggest. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, as far as everyone's diet individually, there's always going to be room for improvement. And there's always going to be small steps that we can all take to kind of make our diet a little bit better. Some of the things that you're doing, I mean, you seem to cook very often, so, you definitely at least have those skills, and you have been eating fruits and vegetables, so that's really great. I do think that, I mean, we can run through one more time, and if you don't mind, I can ask you a few more clarifying questions about your recall. That way I can just get a little bit of a better idea about some of your portion sizes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So in the morning, you usually eat a bagel. Is it a plain bagel or is there a specific type you like?
I like plain. I also, I like everything bagels. Those are my two probably top bagels.
And then you said you have cream cheese with that. How much about do you usually put on? If you had to kind of take like a regular spoon?
hmm Okay. I would say for the whole bagel, probably like a regular, a spoonful and a half of cream cheese.
Okay. And then you said you usually have a cup of fruit every morning and you have some mixed fruit. That's really good. So how much would you say, do you usually put it in a bowl or?
I'll just put it on the side of my plate I'll put my bagel on the plate and then I'll just kind of fill up whatever extra space on the plate is and I'll maybe put the fruit there.
Yeah,
Um,
so how much of the plate would you say it usually covers?
um, I guess like my bagel probably takes up most of the plate. I guess maybe like 2/3 of the plate and then the fruit, is like the 1/3 of the plate.
Okay. And then you had the big ziti for lunch. You usually do like leftovers. So how much of that would you say that you had?
I had a pretty good size, like little Tupperware full of baked ziti. It was probably like a portion of baked ziti, just like a regular, like a square size that much. Um, I try to get myself, a decent sized lunch because I don't want to have to buy anything at the cafeteria, and I like to save some money and stuff. So
No, yeah, that definitely makes sense. I know it can be tempting to just run down and get all you can at the cafeteria. And then you said you do drink a lot of water, so that's really good. Um, and then you had tacos with the ground beef.
hmm
And how many tacos would you say?
I had two.
2 tacos. And then you had the lettuce and the tomatoes and stuff, so that's good. Adding some vegetables. And then you had some chips with salsa.
hmm
About how many chips would you say? I mean, obviously you don't have to count, but like,
I would say probably, just like a handful of chips with
okay.
the salsa, yeah.
All right. And then you said you had popcorn for dessert with your husband.
Yeah, like half the bag each. We just share.
Yeah. And do you usually, eat dessert while you're watching TV or?
Yeah, we put on a movie last night with our son. Me and my husband after dinner, we just kind of sit on the couch and we just like to watch our shows and any kind of the news and stuff. So
That's nice. How old's your son?
he's 10.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, looking through here, you said you take a fiber supplement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know you did mention earlier that you said, some of the supplements help you stay full longer. Do you feel
Right.
like,
Yeah, that's kind of why I took or I started taking the fiber supplement. I can just pick it up, either at Walmart or the local GNC store, and that's exactly. I read online that it makes you feel full, and it's also like good for your like stomach and stuff. I don't really have any stomach issues, but I figured if I can just, I don't know, healthy little choices I try to make. So.
yeah, so do you feel like you've seen any difference since you've been taking it?
I definitely I don't want to be TMI, but I definitely think I have, some good, bowel movements, I guess. And I think, I guess I do feel, um, you know, it's that fiber one. It's like the little powder you just put in your water and it just
Oh,
dissolves.
okay.
And so I just drink it with my water. And I do think it makes me feel, it doesn't make, throughout the day, when I'm drinking my water and stuff, before lunch, I'm not insanely hungry. Sometimes I won't even finish my lunch because I'm just not, full, but I don't really, not that I don't have a desire to finish it, but it's just like, I don't feel super hungry, I guess. I don't know. Um,
Yeah. So
so
that's good that you seem like you listen to your body very well, and when you don't feel like you're hungry, you don't eat. So that's really great because that'll definitely help in the weight loss in general. So, do you have any other questions? I know we can go through and try and come up with some experiments or some goals, but do you have any other questions before we do that? And I know that you said you look a lot of stuff up online, so I can answer. I don't know everything, but I can try my best. And if you have a question I can't answer, I can look it up for you.
I mean, I guess I just want to know if my husband was right. I mean, I kind of enjoyed going to the gym. It was a little scary to go by myself. I only went by myself one time and I just felt like a lost puppy. But do you think I wasn't really losing as much weight because I was gaining more muscle? I did notice that I felt a little bit slimmer, obviously. But again, I just, I look in the mirror to see, myself and I don't know. So I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, was he right? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's definitely possible. Like I said, muscle weighs more than fat. So you could be working out and not necessarily see a weight change right away.
Mhm.
But what happens is that when you do build muscle, in the long term, muscle uses up more energy than fat does. So in a way, it's going to be speeding up your metabolism.
Okay.
So when you are working out, your muscles require more energy. So you're
Mhm.
going to be burning more calories by just
Okay.
by just having that muscle on you. However, initially, when you are putting on muscle, it can seem like you're either gaining weight or not losing weight. But like I said, that he's definitely could be right, and that's definitely a possibility to consider. And I know that you said you were discouraged, when you look at yourself and you've been struggling with weight for a very long time. How long would you say, your whole life you just felt like a little bit overweight?
Yeah, when I was younger, I wouldn't say I was as big as I am now. I'm 5'5" and I was maybe 160 pounds back then. Um, I enjoyed playing sports and stuff. But having a kid, all that weight just kind of, it's hard to lose.
Yeah, I can imagine it's really frustrating, and especially since you had children and you said that, your husband loses weight easier. I know that can be super frustrating since you had to carry the kids in your stomach for 9 months and then you
I
can't lose the weight.
just love being a woman.
Yeah, it just seems kind of unfair sometimes. Yeah, I can definitely understand that. But, you did come here today, and you did, express that you are willing to try some more things, even though you've been so discouraged in the past. So I commend you for that because it's really easy to just give up when you aren't seeing results, and um, you need to give yourself some credit for even coming and keep trying. So, based off of everything that we talked about, it seems like you did enjoy exercising and going to the gym. And one of the problems was, you felt a little bit uncomfortable going by yourself.
Mhm.
Did you feel like any better when you were going with a trainer?
It was definitely nice to have like a little bit of guidance. It was mostly just because I didn't really know how the machines would work and if I was like doing things right. But he did give me a good, he took me through all the different machines, the ones for the legs and the back and the arms and stuff. So and I remember how to use them. So it was helpful to have him working with me, definitely. But yeah.
Yeah, so how would you feel about, either trying to go back to the gym again, or, we can think of something else that you can maybe try?
I think I could probably, I did enjoy going to the gym. It's pretty close to my house. Made me feel good. It gave me something to do. I would definitely, yeah. I think I probably could try that again.
Yeah, so you know, we don't have to set any specific goals today. I mean, we're getting to know each other, and I learned a lot about you, and maybe we can just come up with a few experiments that you can try out. We're gonna meet. We can schedule another meeting for a few weeks if you would like, and in between then and now, you can try a few things and see what you like and what you might want to, continue doing, and then next session we can kind of discuss it and see what we can improve on. How does that sound?
Yeah, I think that's a good start. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, so is there anything we talked about today? I mean, I know we discussed the gym that you can try, give that another shot.
Hmm.
But as far as exercise, there's definitely other things you can do. You did say that you tried the home videos, but they wanted you to get, a lot of equipment, so that wasn't really working out.
Hmm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe trying some other videos or even just, going for a walk. I know
Okay.
you walk all day at work, so that might not be, ideal.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think I can do more in terms of just because my body. I'm a bigger woman, but I think I can definitely, my physical ability. I'm pretty mobile, I guess. I think I'll try to go to the gym. Maybe I'll try to get another month trial or something of that sort. I also did really kind of like what you said about the whole tracking my food like through these apps. Are there any apps that you would kind of suggest that I use, and are they free or do I have to
Yeah,
pay?
so there's a few that are free. There's MyFitnessPal. I personally like to use the app Chronometer.
Okay.
It so basically what you'll do is you'll plug in your food for the week or for the day, and you can type it in, and it has a lot. It has most foods, and it has, even if you weren't going to be super exact, you can work on that, but just plugging it in, and then it'll kind of tell you. It'll tell you how many calories you're eating. It'll tell you how many, carbs and proteins and fats. And on the app, you're going to plug in your weight, and you're going to plug in the amount of time, like exercise that you do, and it'll factor all those things in. And you can plug in a weight loss goal, and it'll kind of just help you track every step of the way.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
so I would definitely recommend trying just giving that a try, because I think it can be really helpful for some people to just stay accountable. And like you said, you're gonna give the gym one more shot. You said that you really enjoyed it, so I think that that would be great for you to try again, since you not only were seeing some results, even though they weren't, as fast as you would have liked them to be, but you also enjoyed yourself. So, it couldn't hurt.
Okay. Yeah, I like those ideas. I guess I could try those. I don't think I've never really tracked what I've eaten before or anything in that sort of sense. So, and if it's easy, like you say, then it shouldn't really put too much of a strain on me, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to track every day, but sometimes it's useful to just even do it once. That way you can kind of see what you're eating, how much you're eating, and, especially if you said, if you're eating the same amounts of things every day, and you can kind of, just have an idea. And then next time we meet, I can look it over with you, and we can kind of go from there and see any improvements that you want to make.
Okay. I think that's a pretty good idea. I like that.
Okay, is there anything else that you want to talk about, or any other questions that you have?
I don't think so. I mean, you gave me a lot of good ideas and I'm feeling, you know, definitely better than when I came in. Sorry if I was a little crabby before. I just, but I think I can do this and I definitely would like to have a follow-up appointment with you.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. And you don't need to apologize. I can totally understand how frustrating it must have been, and how, all these past attempts have made you just feel kind of like your weight is something that isn't going to change, and you're kind of feeling out of control. but there's definitely lot more strategies that we can try, and you're definitely on the right track. And it seems like your mindset is headed in the right direction and you're feeling pretty hopeful. So I would like to schedule a follow-up in 2 weeks if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, I think that I can do that.
Okay, and so 2 weeks, and you're gonna try a few things, and then we're gonna maybe next time we can come up with some goals, and we can start to think about what we want to do from here.
All right. Okay, that sounds wonderful.
All right, good. It was very nice meeting you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Have a great day.